All right, welcome back. Sorry to cut off the music short, but we're gonna get started here. Sound Voltex is still going, which worries me a little bit time-wise, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. Okay, so tonight we're gonna be doing commentary for Pop and Music Unilab, Konami Arcade Championship, and then Guitar Freaks Fuzz Up, Gita. So it should be a good time. I've got two experienced players with me here to commentate. Can I introduce you, Ben?
Hi, Kat. It's great to be back here for another Konami Arcade Championship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Can you give us some of your
My
achievements and
credentials,
accomplishments, your credentials? Yeah.
achievements. I don't look. I don't have anything to prove. I think that one can speak on the game with authority and with confidence, regardless of one's own personal achievements. That being said, I do have 450 clears in pop and music. That's probably more than most people who are listening. So if I'm saying something and you think it's wrong, maybe you're wrong.
Strong.
How many 50 clears do you have, Kat? You have
I
one?
have 150 clear
Yeah.
as of Pop and Peace.
That's okay. I'm in my washed up era, so it's okay.
However, I do have all but two. Yes, I think
you,
it's
you
all
definitely
but two of the 50s easy cleared. So
you
I
definitely
wasn't
have
able to clear easy clear Oto or Chaos Q, but everything else I was able to easy clear.
you definitely have some clears I don't have, I think. So
Yeah,
there's
I've
I think we have a good balance here. You're sort of an old head to whatever compared to whatever it is I am.
so yeah, I've been playing these games for over 20 years. Um let's see, Poppin'. How long have I been playing Poppin' exactly? I think 18 years, if I'm correct. I think it's 18 years. Um, and a lot of those years were spent getting perfects on EX charts, a lot of songs. I did get a cool perfect at one point. One cool perfect to my name, but I am mostly like a timing slash perfect player. I don't really work too hard at the hard stuff, but you know.
Yeah, see, I'm very much the opposite at this point, in that 90% of my play nowadays is PMS. So I'm I'm very much a focused on the hard stuff now.
Are you more of a toy musical PMS like I am, or are you more of a you gotta go get the latest PMS of Fighters pack or whatever is the
Oh
current
yeah,
thing?
yeah. No, I think I actually tried to see if I could get Toy Musical running, and I was having issues on my system. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go back to Beta Raja.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Missing out on a good
sorry.
experience, but it's
I
okay.
know. Well, Beta Raja is nice. I can do. It has the scrolling clears where if you fail your EXHC, it goes to HC and then to normal clear,
Oh yeah,
which is
gas.
very nice.
Stay gassed.
Sure.
I think that's what it's called. Like Groove Assist Cage or something like that. Groove Assist something something. Um, I'm sorry, I don't know the term, but I do know I'm familiar with what you're talking about. It like changes as you play based on what gauge you're still valid for.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, maybe it's just sort of feeling so abused by actual arcade Poppins feature set that I need something nice with lots of features. So
that's fair. I prefer to suffer with less features than Poppin has in Toy Musical. Just because I really like both the charting style of Luze's stuff and the breadth of like song choice you have. Toy Musical 3 is incredible. If You can run it on your computer, unlike Ben. I'm sorry.
Well, I haven't tried that hard, so maybe I'll give it another shot someday. So how about some context for, because it seems like Voltex is finally
Yeah, I was
wrapping
gonna
up.
talk about that. So, I haven't really been paying too much attention to Voltex, but we are gonna be moving on to Poppin' Music right after this is over. However, I did see that they were doing the new song reveal, and it's got like the one MILF character in the entire game is the like jacket art, so that was cool. I don't have much else to say beyond that. I didn't
Well,
get to
then
watch the chart because I was getting ready.
that's that's how you get your attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally gonna go back to Sound Voltex and pay $120 for the navigator. Sorry. This is an independent stream in case you haven't noticed. We aren't affiliated with Konami. However, we do really enjoy these games and we're glad to be here. Later on, we will have Guitar Freaks commentary, as I said. When we get to that, it's going to be a bit of a hustle bustle shuffle, because it's going to run into Poppin' is going to run into Guitar Freaks for sure at this point because it's running late. Um,
I'll be quickly ejected from the call when that time comes.
you won't be ejected. I think what we want to do is we want to focus on the important matches. So what will probably be happening is Poppin will be finishing up with the probably the ladies finals if I were to guess, unless they're doing ladies first and then we'll do men's finals. But either way, we're going to be probably at the close to the end of Poppin'. So we'll probably watch that. Um
Yeah, well, there's always quite a bit of ceremony before and after. So
yeah. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of time to jostle things around. I think we'll be all right. Um Ben, who are our players tonight? Who are we looking at for Poppin' Music?
yeah, so Poppin is for better or for worse. It's not really too much of a revolving door of who's competing. It's a lot of familiar faces pretty much all the time. Um, in the women's division, I'm pretty sure this is the same top three we've had for the past 3 years at this point. Though the actual winner has sort of ping ponged back and forth quite a bit. So it's Hachisan Nini or 8322 if you're a dirty foreigner, of course. Uh, and then
I just call her
Tenkai and
Hachi.
Ame. Yeah, yeah. So last year, Tenkai won, and then the year before that, Hachi won, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly. I know Tenkai won last year,
Yeah,
and
I
it's sort of
remember Tenkai winning last year.
it's gone back and forth quite a bit. Uh, so I recall the result being fairly close. It was definitely like two songs went to one person, two songs went to the other person, and the gap was just uh, large enough. Oh, look at these illustrations. Very nice.
I always like the little card illustrations that they have.
Yeah, I don't know what these are, but
I think they're
touch
like
panel.
themed to Voltex characters or songs.
So when they say touch panel illustration, do they mean like on the Valkyrie cabinet? Like,
Yeah, it'll be the background on the touch panel.
oh, that's cool. So sort of like the sudden lane covers for 2DX.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's more of like a whole background, so like the whole theme kind of. They don't change like the independent elements like they used to, but um it's like the whole background of the touchscreen. It's really nice.
Neat. Must be nice having a nice new cabinet. See, we're in the first year of post BPL persecution for all of our lesser games. We're here
Oh
in
my
the
god.
slums. KAC is all we have with Gitadura and Poppin. So
Yeah.
we're slumming it here with KAC.
Oh, I should mention Poppin and Gitadora, well, specifically Guitar Freaks, are my two favorite arcade music games. I mean, in between those, I would say Beatmania 3 falls, but Beatmania 3 is long dead at this point. So I have,
They could bring it back like a keyboard mania in Konaste nostalgia.
well, they haven't
You never
officially done
know.
that yet, unfortunately, but
Why is there no like 5 key mode in Infinitas? I feel like that would make a lot of sense.
that is a great question.
Like a gold CS.
Bring back Man Machine Plays Jazz. Um, but yeah, I have an undying passion for these two games. I had a hand injury back in very early 2022, I guess. Yeah, I think that's right. And I couldn't really play Poppin or 2DX anymore. It feels like it's gotten better, but I haven't really gotten back into it. So my knowledge is a bit lacking, and I read my calendar wrong, so this was a day earlier than I expected. I
Yeah,
realized that at the last minute.
earlier this year, sustained my own hand injury from helping someone move a pop and music cabinet. So I took a leave of absence from the game for quite a bit, and it set me back some. So
Oof.
that's why I say I'm in my washed up era.
Yeah, I think mine probably came from pushing a DDR cabinet on
Is yours
carpet
really another cabinet? Really? Oh, is it
across like
from?
2 football fields of carpet in the Baltimore Convention Center.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that was probably why my hand is all messed up, but it does feel
Yeah,
like it's gotten a little bit better.
I'm sad that I'll be missing out on helping with that this year.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I think we know what to do now. What to avoid and what is something that we can actually do. So, um
Yeah, so like I was mentioning earlier about BPL, these two games are notably the legacy Konami series that do not participate in the Bimani Pro League. So KC is all they have when it comes to competition
I mean there's other
and
ones.
official competition.
There's still Ubeat. Ubeat still exists somehow.
That's true. But I guess yeah, I guess UB counts as legacy. But there's definitely a bit less love going around to
Oh,
some
you
other
said
games at this point.
legacy. Legacy.
Legacy, yes,
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that part.
yeah. Well, because there's no dance rush, there's no nostalgia, there's no,
Yeah, that's fair.
no dance around BPL yet. We'll
Sound
see.
Voltex is next
They'll
on the chopping block, obviously.
they'll call me up when they have dance around BPL. I'm sure. But yeah, so there's definitely a bit less love going to the games since then, especially when it comes to serious competitive play.
Oh, they're definitely
Like,
making her a navigator. Sorry, I was watching
yeah, I'm
the
seeing
thing.
it. They're doing their Hexadiver announcement. Yeah, but the games are still going strong. Poppin' in terms of high level content, Unilab has been pretty active compared to Kaime, at least. Uh, I find that there's a lot of very characteristic charts that I think you wouldn't have found in previous versions. I think this is sort of a universal thing across Bimani lately. I know with DDR Ace 3, people were definitely quick to notice some differences in charting approach lately. I think some people are saying this is the case with 2DX as well, and I think that is the case with Poppin' too. Whether we will be seeing any of these new charts, I do not know. Uh,
It would be nice, but I assume that we're going to see. Also, we haven't talked about the
the male
men's.
division, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we should talk about
leading,
that before I mention this.
yeah, leading into it, one other big thing that's changed this year with BPL is that the signature rivals of Pop and KAC, Tatsu and Dinosaur, are now also BPL certified Beatmania 2DX players, and a lot of their time most likely has been dedicated to that. I was kind of curious if we were going to see the effects of that in the preliminary round, but it doesn't seem like it at all. It seems like they're still as dominant with scoring as ever.
Yeah, I
So
think at least as far as I know, I don't think anybody's really stepped up to the plate as well as Tatsu and Dinosaur have. I think I think one of the things I want to talk about is I think a lot of Western players don't realize how good Dinosaur is. um,
yeah, I know you're gonna vouch for him. You're gonna hope to
yeah,
see an upset.
so if at least as far as Pop and Peace, if you look through all of the like streamed tournament archives and like uploaded tournament archives and stuff for Pop and Music, you'll see Dinosaur has beaten Tatsu more than Tatsu has beaten Dinosaur, and that's including KAC.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know why Dinosaur has issues at KAC. It could be the buttons, but I think he would have adapted at this point. It could be the cold, because I know JPO is pretty cold on the floor. um, I saw
I think
Steven a few KACs ago had hand warmers like through the
mhm.
whole tournament.
Yeah, and I
Um,
know I think it was Hachi usually plays with her sleeves like rolled all the way
yep,
up.
yep. So I think Dinosaur stands, a very good chance. And
Well, that's the
if,
thing. It's one thing that, I would imagine people watching this would know. A very key thing to mention about Poppin men's division, Konami Arcade Championship, is that there has been, over the 10 times that this has been held, one champion. Very important to note.
yes,
Tatsu is undefeated at KAC. He has won every year. He when they had the Ojama division in addition to the normal division, he won. He has been undefeated at KAC. Um,
didn't
but
enter
I
top
think,
ranker though.
yeah. Okay, well, yeah. That
Didn't
was
enter top
before
ranker.
his time. You can actually go back
That's
and
not
look on the.
true. That's not before his time, but
Okay, yes, he was on, like, if you go back to like the Pop and Adventure, like the ranking sites for it on archive.org, you can see him in, like, like 40th place or whatever. He's still on there for sure, but he was up and coming at that time. He was not on top of
yeah.
the game.
I would say Tatsu was on a tear by the time Top Ranker '08 happened,
Yeah.
but was not good enough at some of the more technical charts at the time.
Yeah.
But he definitely had Tatsujin videos on Nico Video and stuff that people were shocked by at that point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I think Tatsu is certainly, I don't know how to put it. I don't want to say like a gimmick player necessarily, but it's like he's strong at stuff that other people are not so strong at.
yeah, I think he finds the gaps in player skill, like a large gaps in player skill.
Yeah. Like he is definitely one of the top rankers if you're just talking about like high scores, but he's probably not number one, the top. I think when it comes to high level stuff, that might be TL nowadays.
I did
Uh,
not know that.
yeah, well, like I said, I was doing my look at. I don't know if TL is actually better in general, but there's a lot where TL is, has Tatsu beat, sometimes by a decent margin. But that's not necessarily, like, tournament play is its own thing, absolutely. uh, which, I think is something that has to be said when you ask, like, if Dinosaur is so good, if they're so close in skill, which they are, why does Tatsu keep winning? He's a very good tournament player.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they're both really good tournament
They
players.
are. Oh, absolutely. It's just
um,
that
Go ahead.
uh no. Just it's just I think in any other circumstance, like yeah, Dinosaur would be. He is a great tournament player. It's just unlucky that Tatsu is also there and he's like a crazy man.
Yeah, I think if I were to characterize Dinosaur's style of play, it's a little more like traditional
He's
poppin'.
much more fundamentals. Yes.
Yeah. And
Like whenever there is a like what usually nowadays when they do a debut new song, it is almost certainly something that is more fundamentals, more basic, more core skill set than what the players are picking. And Dinosaur almost always wins those.
yeah, Dinosaur at least back in the day, I'm not sure if it's still the case now because they haven't really made a lot of charts with this in mind. Dinosaur is really, really, really good at one-handed rolls. Stuff like um, Grunge Death,
Grunge Death.
Non-Ran,
They did have Grunge Death 2 years ago at KAC, though it was not his pick.
yeah, Velvet Bullet Hit. Um,
I don't think we're gonna see that,
no,
but
I think that's too low down the tier list at this
yeah.
point. But a lot of these like older songs that have a lot of one-handed rolls, um, Dinosaur just destroys them. And another thing is he seems to be much better at Jax than Tatsu, which will lead us into talking about their probable picks here.
Yeah,
Um,
I was surprised. I saw that. I mean, maybe he was playing it on SRAN. I guess I don't know if SRAN's better for scoring, but I saw that Tatsu is top Classic 8 score, which I was surprised by.
really?
Yeah,
That is surprising. SRAN makes sense if you're not aiming for perfect.
yeah.
However, I think in a tournament setting, I would probably not go for SRAN on it.
Oh well, one of the big songs for playing SRAN for score, which will almost certainly appear today, Heavy Metal EX. Nobody played SRAN on it last year. It's just too risky. It's way too risky.
Yeah.
Like
Typically,
if you get a
dinosaurs
bad
pick.
roll, yeah, it's that the thing about Dinosaur and Tatsu also is that as of peace, they both pretty much have their permanent picks locked in. I think it's going to take a lot for them to change. With the women's division, it's a lot more. Uh, it, it changes all the time.
Yeah.
But with the men's division, Dinosaur and Tatsu know what they want, and I think part of this, one song being in the game, has been a major contributor to Tatsu's continued reign because it's been present in the game for over half of KAC now.
He's been reliant on it for 5 KCs, I believe.
Yes, Chaos Q. He is uncontested at that song. Nobody touches him. It is like there are songs that Tatsu is better than Dinosaur at. There's plenty of them, um, but not to this degree. He could choose plenty of other songs where it's like he has a 500 point lead, 1,000 point lead. Chaos Q is a consistent 1,500 point lead, which is a lot and has saved him from some pretty bad mistakes in previous
Yeah.
KACs.
Yeah, I think in order to win, Dinosaur is going to need to not completely tank Chaos Q and then also get a typical score on heavy metal and also, do well enough on the sight read, which funny enough is usually Dinosaur's strength as well.
Dinosaur Strength is definitely the sight read. Funny thing, I don't know if you recall last year, Tatsu beat Dinosaur at Heavy Metal.
Yes.
It was Setsujo Danka Hip Rock 3 where he lost a lot of his lead,
Oh god.
which is interesting. I would not have expected that.
Yeah. I kind of knew going in that Hip Rock 3 was going to be a good choice for it was Mako, right?
Mako's choice, yes.
Yeah.
Mako not here this year, unfortunately. I love Mako. He's a very fun presence at the KACs, but This year we have a different player, Emu, as the third competitor. I don't believe he's been. No, he definitely hasn't been top 3 before. I don't know if he's been semis before. So I
I
don't
would
know him that
assume
well.
so.
I would assume so. He is definitely a ranker for slightly lower level stuff, like KAC qualifier level stuff, which is like 45 to 47. He's really strong at. I think when it comes to like 49, 50, maybe not as much, but I've not seen him in tournament play before, so I just don't know. And it's not to say Tatsu, even going beyond heavy metal, I don't know if I assume Dinosaur is going to go heavy metal again, just because that absolutely is Tatsu's weakest 49, I would say, comparatively.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's not to say there aren't some others. Part of the big question for me is, if we are going to see some new songs, because one of them in particular, doing my research, actually there's two that Tatsu is notably weaker at. One of them is Satan, which is a Unilab chart, very recent. It has a lot of one-hand rolls, and it's also a lot of, I don't know, I think this is what people call earth power. I've never quite understood what earth power means, but it's this sort of like, in fighting games, you would say it's sort of like, it's a gorilla sort of chart.
I see Gorilla is a different style of chart in
Yeah.
music games than it would be for a fighting game term.
But
I
it's very hard and fast, and there's like a lot of really
no
quick
a lot of
trills, and
notes. Too many notes.
it's a very short song, but it requires a lot of like power.
If
And
I were to
then the other
characterize Earth Power, I would say being good at the very dense section of Toy Contemporary before the triplet
hmm,
section starts at the end,
hmm,
that's what Earth Power is like.
okay, then maybe it's not that. Thank you for clarifying. I've always wondered what that was.
Yeah, it's
Um,
being able to read very, very dense sections of notes.
there we go. Yeah, no. Satan is it's a gorilla chart. But then the other one, Kaijin, piano concerto or whatever it is, Kaijin, uh, that is talking about jacks. That has quite a jack section that trips Tatsu up a good deal. It is very prolonged, just one, just a 9 jack over and over.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Have you seen Kaijin in other games?
Mm-mm. It
Okay,
sounds kind of like not reroutes. There's another song in 5 key that has like a long jack every now and then. I don't remember what it is. But it's like a single jack, like a lone jack, or is it like there's a jack going on with other stuff around it?
there is other stuff also.
Okay.
Yes,
So you're forced to do it one-handed, mostly.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. There at the beginning you can do it two-handed, but then other stuff comes in.
Okay, got it.
And when I was watching Tatsu play, he did do that alternation. But it's I don't know if it's going to be I'm wondering if Dinosaur is going to be shaken enough from heavy metal last year sort of turning around on him, or the knowledge that Tatsu has certainly been. I mean, Tatsu is always talking about heavy metal. I feel like more than Chaos Q nowadays, he's talking about heavy metal, even though he's like one of his intros for Case. One of these other years was him pretending to do the heavy metal jack at the start. Like he's making that. I think he even said it was his favorite song the last time they did those KSE interviews. He's always talking about it, and I don't know if he's trying to throw Dinosaur off. Like, hey, I've been practicing this. You don't want to pick it. So
I mean,
I do.
to be fair, last KAC Tatsu had been practicing heavy metal.
He's
So,
always practicing heavy metal. I mean, and you can be sure that Dinosaur is similarly practicing Chaos Q. But against Tatsu at Chaos Q, there's only so much you can do, unfortunately.
I think Tatsu just likes Chaos Q and plays it all the time,
He's
honestly.
just, I mean, Dinosaur's already done so much adapting to try to keep up with Tatsu when it comes to Chaos Q. Like at first when it came out, Tatsu plays it full speed. He doesn't use sudden for it. And Dinosaur did use sudden for it at first, and he needed to learn to play it without sudden to keep up. Like he's put in the work, but it's just Tatsu is just untouchable at this song, and it is just this permanent barrier that you have to wonder, like, what can be done about it? I really don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. All right, I'm turning on the stream volume here. I'm gonna turn it down a tiny bit. Let's go there. So Zima, Earth Power is not really like base fundamentals. I would call it like the most basic idea of playing rhythm games. Like you have everything mapped to 8ths or 16ths. There's no Zure or free place notes. There's no BPM changes. There's no anything to get in your way. It's just you and a trillion notes. That's what Earth Power is.
That's more Dinosaur than Tatsu.
Yeah.
Which I think some of the one of the other major songs that's come out recently, Verkato Person 09 Upper, is another one that Tatsu isn't. No, actually, I think Tatsu is the top of that one, but it is another very fundamental-y one comparatively, even though it has some soft land. But it's just dense.
All right, so we are getting started here.
You got Red Glasses with his red glasses. No, you can never mistake when Red Glasses is there.
Did we ever get Greenleaf in Poppin'? Did Greenleaf come to Poppin'?
No, it did not.
Oh. We need a good Red Glasses song in Poppin', please.
There are good Red Glasses songs in Poppin'.
Okay, well, when I was playing, there weren't. No problem, Zima. Happy to let you know my understanding of it anyway. I know there's probably people that would lump it in with like just being good at like rhythm games in general, but I think it's more specific than that when people talk about it. Go ahead, Ben. What were you saying?
Last year we were lucky enough to get 2 new songs, one for men's and one for women. I wonder if we're going to be getting that again this year, because that is always. I mean, one of them technically wasn't new, but
Poppin' almost always gets a song reveal. I think the only game that has gotten a song reveal every KAC is Sound Voltex.
Yeah. But Poppin' has basically
almost
every year that
record.
they did them.
Yeah.
Admittedly, one year it was a medley, but still.
Yeah. It was a medley and an upper of the medley.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder. Popper's Chronicle has not had. Well, I guess I say it hasn't had that much play, but it did the 1 year since it was revealed. It did get play in women's division, but I feel like it feels like it should be more of a top-level paradigm shift chart than it's really ended up being.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen again, Zima. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
I just think Tatsu and Dinosaur, they're so locked into their songs. But I do kind of have to wonder, I don't know, in particular, Tatsu, I don't think there's any getting him away from Chaos Q. Dinosaur from Heavy Metal?
Might happen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it might. I think it's possible we'll see him change to Satan or Kaijin, maybe.
All right, so they're introducing the ladies division. So we have Ame here.
We're talking about them less, but the thing is, they're not really as predictable as the male division. Is the thing. Like I said, Hachi and Ame are not. Hachi and Tenkai ping pong back and forth quite a lot when it comes to who's winning.
There was one year where I don't know. It was either was it Shoko or was it Hachi that like just completely steamrolled the whole tournament, and then the next year everybody was like completely on par again with each other. It was a couple of years ago.
It was Hachi.
So yeah, it can like anything can happen easily with them.
But I think who was it? I think it was Ame who picked Popper's Chronicle Upper last year. So they certainly don't shy away from their high-level picks. The picks
Yeah.
with women's division were pretty interesting, if I recall. I think
Tenkai
Tenkai,
picked Toy-Con, right? Toy
no,
Contemporary?
Geometric Tea Party,
Oh, maybe I'm
which
thinking
was
of
a
the year
very
before.
interesting pick. Well, it's the same character, so.
Fair.
And then Tenkai, what did she pick? I'm trying to remember. I'm blanking. Oh no, it was Lanima.
Oh yeah. God, I love that 50.
It is fun. It's there's a lot more to it, I think, than some other 50s when it comes to like skill sets required.
どうしよう、飴の次ってちょっとレベルが高いんやけど。そんなことない。今日は私たちのために集まってくれてありがとうございます。イエーイ。ありがとう。
So is Hachi newly married this year for KSC, or was she married last year also? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that. I'm sorry. Pay attention to that individually
Twitter, so.
as players.
Well, I just follow them on Twitter and you see that.
I do follow them on Twitter, but I did not see that because I haven't been on Twitter as much this past year.
Yeah, that's what
Shoutouts
I'm
for healthy social media habits.
Yeah. And then she's also, I forget, Hachi is the dental assistant, right?
Yes, I believe so. I
love
remember her saying something like that.
I love that. So that means that she should play as Milk. I don't know.
So
I don't know why she's playing as Risa, but
this may be a really old story at this point, but back in the day, rankers would only use characters from like high-level songs that they had perfected. If they hadn't perfected the song, they were not allowed to use that character. So they could pick, like any of their favorite characters from the songs that they had perfected.
Oi Punk Zero, interesting.
Ooh.
Huh. That's interesting.
That should be fun. That's a throwback. Didn't they pick that in Top Ranker 06?
Yeah, and then Murakumo.
Okay, Murakumo comes out like every other year.
Look at that beginning. Ah, there it is. Ricardo 09 upper.
Okay, well I get to see a new chart.
Wow.
I am barely familiar with the non-upper.
Oi Punk Zero. That's really interesting. I'm excited to see that though.
Same.
You can probably as an old head when Oi Punk Zero was like one of the meta songs, you could probably speak on that.
I don't know if it's meta, but it was one of the songs that you would aim to clear. Yeah, it was like way up the difficulty rankings. A lot of people found it harder than Oi Punk, which I don't know if this is the case anymore.
I think it's harder than Oi Punk for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. And then,
well, I mean, I say that playing Oi Punk with SRAN all the time, so.
Well, SRAN worked differently back then.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really use SRAN on Oi Punk.
Yeah.
It would just end up as a mess. Yeah, I guess I can talk about that real quick. The way SRAN works now in Poppin' and has worked for the past 14, 15 years is it randomizes the note lanes every, like, I think it's like a fraction of a second. So like probably like 3/4 of a second or something like that. So you don't end up with these like super long jacks. Sometimes you'll see like 3 or 4 of them when the right conditions align, but you never really see anything crazy like it used to be. So SRAN is a much more viable option in Poppin' for the past like many mixes. I mean, it's been since Adventure or something that it was like that.
But I do not think SRAN will be coming out to play tonight. I just think it's, even on songs where you score for SRAN, people just do not do it because it's just too risky.
Yeah, it's pretty uncommon in Poppin'. I feel like random is even more uncommon, but maybe that's changed in recent years. I used to see people use it on Ubertreffen and maybe Toy Contemporary.
I do Ubertreffen, not Toy-Con. I wouldn't do it for Toy-Con. So, speak some on Oi Punk Zero's chart.
It's got a lot of BPM changes. It's very high speed, so there's a lot of huge swings in the the BPM. There's also a fake ending with a pretty difficult actual ending.
The ending that samples original Oi Punk.
Yeah, very few people have perfected Oi Punk 0. It's just in general a pretty tricky chart. But it is easy to memorize the BPM changes in, so I
Does it
wouldn't
have-
expect
it
anyone
does,
to
yes.
be caught off guard by it.
It has different timing windows, right?
Yes, it does. It has slightly tighter timing windows. I wouldn't say they're, like super tight, but they are a little bit harder to score on
But
than most songs.
it is a good pick for tournament play even to this day, I think. I feel like we just don't see it that much because when you think of high-level charts, it's just sort of overshadowed now.
Yeah.
Like,
I
there's so
think-
much more jank in the game now.
Yeah, I think typically people use Mirror on Oi Punk 0, so we're probably going to see Mirror from, I would say, at least 2 of the 3 players, but we'll see.
Yeah, so this was Ame's pick?
I didn't catch
I
it.
think they were doing it in order, so I think this was Ame's pick.
Okay. So the next one will be Hachi's then.
Yes, Hachi's was Murakumo, which I think checks out.
Okay, so we got Ame on the left, Hachi in the middle, and Tenkai on the right.
We're talking about how local mode is newly introduced, but they are not using it.
Yeah, this looks like Mirror from all players. A lot of right-handed rolls that they have to deal with throughout the whole chart. There are going to be some left-handed ones as well. Some chord rolls in the beginning here.
Yeah, Tenkai's off to a bit of a lead. She has the sudden and everything. I don't think you really need that much sudden for this, but just to be safe, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe just because it's so high speed, she needs it to get her perfect
Lower
green
it down
number.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming up on a BPM change right here. And we go speed up again right at this yellow note here.
Yeah, I think she's just using it to get her right BPM. I don't think she's actually using it for sudden.
Yeah. This part is really fun on Mirror. You kind of slap your right hand back and forth between green, blue, and white while anchoring it on yellow.
This is looking like it's
They are
gonna
really
play
good at
out
this.
pretty well for Tenkai.
Well, a lot of the score will come down to the ending too, because it does have a lot of very wide patterns.
Yeah.
And if you're not good at those wide patterns versus the rest of the chart, you could end up losing quite a bit of points.
Oh, okay, then yeah, there's this part. Yeah. Everyone's.
Here we go.
Wow, that's a big lead.
Yeah,
for
that is a
Tenkai.
very big lead right
This
now.
is really big. This might have already decided it, to be honest. That's really big.
Ooh,
Wow.
98? What
That's
the
really
hell?
big. That's a great Oi Punk Zero score.
That's about 2,000 points lead, right?
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
minus 136. She had a great run on it. Wow.
That's not insurmountable, though. That's definitely... You can definitely get around 3,500 points.
But what a really strong start for her, though.
Yeah.
Like, I would be very nervous if I was everyone else after that. Like, and her pick is gonna be, I think.
We'll have to see.
I don't think she's gonna be set back that much by Murakumo. I don't think so. I think if anything, Verkata 09 upper would have.
We'll see. We'll see.
You think so? I just feel like Murakumo's not. I mean, it's the beginning, you know?
I feel like traditionally I see Hachi do better on the streamier charts.
Yeah.
Whereas Tenkai
I think-
does better on more like hammery style charts. So
I mean,
we'll
I think that
see.
I think she will definitely make up ground on the beginning of Murakumo. 3,000 is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see how Ame can come back here. That always feels bad when you pick a song that you think you're gonna do really well at, and then you just get like.
Well, she did well. I just think.
Oh yeah,
I was
mean,
not expecting that from. I mean, Tenkai, that was abnormally good on that song.
Yeah.
That was a great run on that.
Yeah, you don't normally see a 98. on Noipunk Zero.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, that
most
was- that
rankers
was-
are like 96 to 98 or
Yeah.
so.
And that was close to a PB for her. Yeah.
Yep,
really
4
strong start.
songs. So we are probably gonna see a reveal
yeah.
song.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's gonna be different for men and women.
We'll see. I won't be upset if it's the same song, but I will be upset if they like
Do the upper again.
do the upper thing again. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, all of those scores are wild. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my
So-
best on Oipunk Zero is like a 92.
Yeah, I have like 91. Yeah, so Murakuma, you're gonna want to watch it right from the start. You're gonna want to pay close attention right from the start. 'Cause that is
I
that is
wouldn't-
probably
I wouldn't say the start is the most important part, but I would say it's the roughest
it's a
part of the
very
chart.
important part. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's sort of you have to be like it. The other, when you get to the end, you at least have time to build up to that, get yourself in the zone. If you're not ready for this at the start, it's going to hit you.
Yeah, there's this transitional section that's really earth power heavy.
Yeah.
I think it's
I can agree 'cause I
during
know what
the
that
very
means
end
now.
of the triplet section, right? It like crosses over the triplet section into like a bunch of 16ths and then goes back to triplets.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm not good at describing charts,
So-
but that sounds right.
one of the things that every 50 did when I was playing was they all had these like triplet over
They
16th
love their
polyrhythms.
triplets. They love that.
Yeah. Every single one of them. No exceptions.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of that's just kind of pawn.
Yeah, I was
also.
gonna say. I wonder if that's Pone's fault.
I think that's just pawn. Yeah.
Even the what is it? The Akuta song, the Virkato 09 or
Virkato
whatever,
09?
has it
Yeah.
too, right?
Yep.
Konami Arcade
Yep.
Championship 2023ポップミュージックユニラボ女性部門決勝戦2曲目のプレーです。行きましょう。
So, right from the start, gotta watch.
スタート。
Red Glasses is so excited.
He's happy to be there.
I mean, I would be. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is an SRAN? No, a RAN. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some people use Ran on this.
ランダムかけてますね。
Interesting.
うわ
I would say it's not particularly common in tournament play, but every
I
now
just-
and then you get somebody
it's
who would
just-
do that.
It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it
It's
for the parts
sketchy.
where it benefits.
Yeah, it's sketchy because you get a lot of really awkward chords.
Yeah. Because Murakuma has a lot of big chord sections also.
Yep.
So.
ランダムをつけると同時押しが
It's got those like pyramid sections too, where you have the descending grace notes into a chord.
そうなんですよ。
Mhm.
ただポイントポイントでスコアを取っていけばバットが大量に出てもまあ
Also, I just realized this means that songs that I just realized that Ricardo 09 being available means that songs that are not currently unlockable might be fair game. So
Yeah. Okay, Hachi is ahead by a good margin, 1,000 points already over
Yeah,
Ame,
it's a
and almost
good start.
1,500 over Tenkai.
and Tenkai sort of got her benefits of the random already. So
正規ミラー系のオプションだと非常に
Well, we'll see. I think the dense section will also be easier on random,
ゲーマー独特の感
because
But I
there's a
think if
lot of
you're-
movement during
it
it.
will. That's true. It will be a bit easier, but I feel like she was mostly trying. Well, yeah, you're probably right. It's to mitigate the beginning and this part coming up. Not this part, but after this.
Yeah.
ちょっと展開さんがランダムのやっぱり
Okay, so here's the triplet section I was talking about. We're gonna see like one or
And
two
here we
more
go.
measures of this, and right here, this section is triplets
Yeah.
with the 16ths going on.
Yeah,
Quite
well, this might come close to making it up.
Oh my gosh, I think it's already made up.
さんにですとアメ選手は
It's not quite there yet, but it's close.
No, I think it is.
It's almost made up. That really brought that back though.
I think Hachi is ahead now.
なるほど
I don't think she's ahead. That's 25, right? And that
She
was
had
like
a
20, and it was
959 or
29.
958 on Oipunk Zero.
I don't know if the random was the right call.
Yeah. I did see a 159 chord there during a stream.
It seemed like a pretty average random to me. It seemed like not great, not awful, I think.
Yeah. Tenkai did have a cushion. It is no longer there.
It's pretty much gone now, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, the last...
But we do have... It is Tenkai's pick after this.
I'm not familiar with the upper, but I know that this song has a lot of tricky rhythms in it, so it could be a big swing for some players. We'll see.
Yeah, it's also very scaly when it's sort of... I'm trying to think of a good comparison point.
I don't know if there is one.
No, yeah, see, Tenkai still has a bit of a lead, but you're right, it is pretty much gone.
Oh, you're right. Oh, it was 953, not 958. Okay.
Yeah.
They're all very close. They're within 1,000 points.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to count anyone out. But hey, I would be super down to seeing Ame get a win. Now this is a good KAC comparatively. You love to see this sort of back and forth.
Yeah. I'm reminded of the KAC where Fever Robo was picked and all the players had like within one perfect of each other or something. One grade of each other. It was wild.
Yeah, the thing about Pop and KAC compared to some others is that they don't do by number of it's all cumulative score. Because do other games still do like number of wins?
I thought 2DX did.
Right? I think so. So I mean, so it's you sort of get those moments where I kind of thought it was over after Oipunk Zero when it was that much of a lead.
Yeah.
But which I sort of think can be a negative of doing it by points, which is also sort of why Chaos Q is such a menace. But people to get this sort of comeback also, I think, is very cool.
Yeah, the nice thing about score for Poppin is kind of like the most balanced game with money score, and that's why they never really got rid of it.
Right.
There's no real swings because of combo or amount of notes in the chart or like extra bonus points from like whaling and stuff like that other games have. So very standard.
Alright, so this is new for you, huh?
This is new. This is the first time I'm seeing the upper.
Okay, so you've seen the low. This is quite different than the non-upper, I think.
Oh, really?
This is it's a mid-high 50. It's not like, despite being a Verkado song, it's pretty different than like Silent or Dirge. You don't really have... It's dense in a very different way, I think.
Interesting to know.
And like I wouldn't even call it gimmicky in the way that the other Ricardo songs are either.
Yeah, it looks like Tenkai is having a little bit of trouble with those very quick jacks. Can't quite get the pulls on both of them.
So there's a little bit of slowdown. Yeah, there's gonna be more jack sections coming up also, but not super intense like these. But yeah, these sort of patterns is once we get to the end, that's going to be sort of the decider, I think.
Gotcha. Is it dense in the end, or is it like some technical?
It's more technical than super dense, I would say. I'd probably say, yeah, in terms of technical 50s, this is probably up there. Like, yeah, that pattern's tricky.
This looks really fun. This is that PMS charting style that you were talking about.
Okay, so here we go, yeah. I forgot about the roll there, yeah.
Ooh, yep, there's the triplet over 16th section.
Yeah. I think Hachi's gonna pull ahead with this by quite a
Yeah.
bit. I think Ame's gonna pass Tenkai with this.
I don't know. It's close.
She got a new record, but huh? I wonder why that was her pick. If the other players' records were that much higher, though. That's
I don't
interesting.
know.
I wonder what she was thinking with that. They're celebrating her new record, though. That is exciting to get a peek at KAC.
You love to see that.
You do love to see that. But yeah, I am wondering about that choice.
Well, regardless, I think the sight read is going to be pretty important here.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the difference that there is right now is something that can very easily be made up with this chart coming up. I don't remember who won on Sekai no Hate last year, which Sekai no Hate is a kind of, that's one that kind of hits you hard if you are seeing it for the first time. It had some tough hold sections, which sight read is not fun.
Yeah, I think typically we've seen a 49 come out. For
Yeah, the only exception was Popper's Chronicle.
Chronicle upper. The old pupper.
Both ones, both versions.
Oh, was it both?
Yep,
I
both were
forgot
50s.
I forgot the other one was a 52.
Yep. All right, let's see. So it can't be Geminion because Akuta's gone now. So. All right, let's see. Oh, what's this? Kessho Gakkyoku. Artist. Nanoplet. Oh! That's Chaos Q's artist. Mama mitai na tenshi. An angel like a mother. Poet? Huh? Whoa!
My plume!
Not expecting that. Okay, so Nanoplet versus Power of Nature. Is this gonna be a 50? Those are both 50 artists.
Yeah. I would say Power of Nature is almost guaranteed 50.
Nanoplet's only song is Chaos Q, let me remind you. which is Red Glasses, by the way. That is his song. Wow, so another Power of Nature song right after we got a Power of Nature song last month.
Pone
Wow,
putting in the work.
Poet, not a character you associate with high-level songs, which is interesting.
True.
And this is a new new sprite for her. Also, that's a brand new outfit.
Yeah,
sad.
haven't there been like very few new Poppin
Nowadays,
characters
Yes.
since what,
So this is
Historia?
Usuneko.
Okay.
Usuneko was fairly consistent. It was until 2018, the second year of Usuneko, where they basically stopped. So this is going to be interesting. I think Nanoplet, this is going to be pretty gimmicky, probably.
Also, excuse me, viewers, I am trying to check and make sure Guitar Freaks has not started. Looks like they're still doing advertisements and stuff, thankfully.
So, when it comes to gimmicky songs, I feel like that's more Hachi, I think.
Well, we'll see. It's a sight
We'll
read
see.
competition, not necessarily a gimmick competition.
That's true. Gimmick songs, part of the deal with gimmick songs is knowing the gimmick in advance. So, but usually they're not that mean with new songs. But I say that, but Popper's Chronicle happened, I guess. So, who
It
knows?
wasn't too bad.
Is bad. Popper's Chronicle is pretty bad. 49. Okay, it is a 49 though. Oh, look at that! Look at that majestic poet sprite.
It is a 49?
It's a 49.
I wonder if it's gonna get an upper. It definitely sounds like it could have an
Ugh.
upper. Oh my gosh.
This looks tough. Okay, so far, aside from the beginning, pretty fundamentals.
It doesn't look too bad, but I mean,
I'm
I
sure
think
it
it's
has
gonna get
something
much
coming.
harder.
Yeah,
This is not a 49 level so far.
I'm sure it has something coming.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
A little bit of juice to it. Tenkai down a little bit.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like she's on a trajectory to make up for it necessarily, but I don't know. It's hard. I mean, you know, you can't say too soon. Who knows what's coming?
Yeah. Because Ame has a perfect still.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
this is definitely a PMS style chart.
Yeah.
A lot of slapping back and forth on
Yeah.
chords you would not
I'm
expect to
telling
move
ya.
for.
I'm telling you, they love that now.
Good. Been waiting for that.
You have to see. You got to see those Hinabita uppers. Seriously.
Well, I can tell you I already hate the two that got, like, what are they,
Oh my
49s?
god. 49s.
Yeah, I already hate the lower charts for them, so...
They're quite different. Oh. It's starting to near the end. I have to wonder if there's a last trick coming. So this is... I don't know if this is 49 territory yet. Oh.
Ame still with the perfect, but Hachi is keeping up on score.
Ooh. These jacks are dirty.
Yeah, it reminds me of Renashta.
Yeah, it does remind me of Renashta.
Oh, that's so close between them. They didn't show us the scores before.
Ooh, FC.
Full combo for
Very
Tenkai.
nice.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? It might be possible that Ame took it.
That's spicy territory too.
Is it? Yeah, it is. Wow. Would not. If you told me that Poet was getting a spicy 49.
For those unfamiliar, spicy gauge is when you have over, what is it, 1531 notes? I think it's exactly
35?
1532 is when it starts. But it makes it much harder to bring up your life gauge, and it takes away a lot more life as well when you miss.
Not that that matters for score, but
Yeah, it doesn't matter for score.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's either Ame or Hachi. I'm not sure who though. But wow, what a turnaround!
Incredible
from the
for them to
start,
turn it
though.
around after Tenkai's
Yeah.
huge lead. Yeah.
Konami Arcade Championship 2023ポップンミュージックユニラボ決勝女性部門栄えある優勝に輝いた
Yeah, I really don't know. Hachi, there it is.
Oh,
She took it back.
選手ですねこれ
Hachi takes the title back.
It's nice to see it keep going back and forth.
She looks overcome with emotion.
This was last time she won. She works really hard for it. I think after she loses, this is what happened last time also when she was beaten by Tenkai. She studied hard. Last time she lost to Tenkai, the year after, she said that she basically relearned how to play for the sake of being able to play on KAC setups.
Wow.
So she takes losing seriously and will come back with a vengeance.
And that was an amazing set. Every player kind of had their little moment.
Yeah, that was. Normally it's like between two, and you sort of feel like, yeah, the third person's also there, but everyone was really in it. That was a really good KAC set. Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to seeing. I know Hachi's gonna post something following this, talking about the lead up to this. But I think after last year, I think she must have done something. She must have done some sort of training, some sort of soul seeking. I don't know. I like that they still play Pop's Encore for the
Yeah, they've
trophy
been doing that for a
presentation.
long time, huh?
Yeah.
ポイントスクショポイント高く持ち上げてますね。はい、笑って。
ポイントだ。いやーありがとうございます。
It's a big trophy too.
Yeah, I know. It's always
Very
good to see.
tall.
So, isn't the sort of competition it's good to see going back and forth like this?
はい。本当にありがとうございます。優勝できて嬉しいです。
Very happy to have
ありがとうござい
won.
ます。でも
But
この優勝は私一人だけじゃなくて
wasn't my own victory.
たくさん応援してくれた方もそうだし、
Lots of people
前
helping
線
me
で練
out.
習できるようにセッティングしてくれたり、一緒に戦ってくれる
Lots of people who helped out at the game center who played with
おる
me.
ので、この優勝が取れ
It's
た
all
かな
thanks
と
to them.
思います。いつもありがとうござい
Thank
ます。
you for everything.
本当に感謝してます。
She's very
No,
thankful.
she's very serious about her training, and she's very clear about, like, you know, reaching out to people for getting help to be able
本当
to.
にいいゲームなんで
It's,
お願い
she's
し
saying
ます
Poppin's truly a good game. Please play it.
Konami, please fix the full screen VSync lag. Thank you.
It'd be nice.
It would be amazing if they did.
Yeah.
Game would be incredibly responsive again.
It's good to have a thankful victory. Says. Yeah, no, I think we're good. You can expect a nice long tweet thread from Hachi later tonight, probably.
God, I don't think we'll ever get US poppin' music. I don't think it's happening. I'm sorry. I don't know why Konami thinks it won't work here.
Whatever. I don't want it anymore. I'm fine.
I mean,
I don't want a round one maintenance cab. A round one US maintained poppin' cab. No, thank
hey,
you.
we had a great Fantasia cab at SSM. Sorry, I gotta check on. Gitadora has not started yet, so we're still good there.
Yeah.
Well, Gitadora guitar. Drums is already over. I'm sorry. I didn't do
Sorry if
drum
you were hoping to
commentary
see
this
drums,
time.
but- All right, here
Okay, this
comes
is
the
the
boys.
free division, so anybody can enter this one. Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Hey, I don't know if you heard the requirements for the ladies division, but it's like they're really harsh about it. Also, there was that whole fiasco with foreigners.
Yeah, well, that's not an issue with poppin', at least. Though, all Japanese players this year. Sometimes we get some Korean players in the mix, with poppin', but not this year, seems.
Oh, it is. Okay. Hold on. So, Gitadora Guitar Freaks, Gitadora Fuzz Up is starting, so I want to introduce our other commentator real quick. So, Whiskers, if you could introduce yourself, give us some of your accomplishments real quick.
Hello, I'm Whiskers. Some of you may know me as Kato. Overall, I'm still pretty new to music games, rhythm games in general. I still see myself as kind of new. In terms of Guitar Freaks, I'm about silver rating in skill, and that's as far as my experience in Guitar Freaks goes. But I do play some other games as well, 2DX, Poppin', tune of them, just to name a few. Not too much into dance games though.
Gotcha. And I guess I'll talk about my credentials real quick while they're introducing the Poppin' free division people. So, I recently got Rainbow skill in guitar in Gitadora, which is the highest skill rating. There's still some that players would separate out, like 9,000 and 9,500, but it's a big, big thing. I think there's only like 3 people on modern mixes in the US that have Rainbow on guitar, and then there's like 6 or 7 total US players that have ever gotten Rainbow guitar, so very small group of people. Just like with the 50s and Poppin', I think there's only like 11 or 12 players who have passed a 50. And then, well, Western players and I should say U.S. Sorry,
In the US, yeah.
players.
Yeah.
And then also I play a lot of classic Guitar Freaks V8, and I've been kind of working at that recently, trying to get at least half of the songs excellented, which is the highest rating on the highest difficulty for each song. So yeah, Whiskers, if you could hang around and let us know what's going on in Guitar Freaks, I guess I'll cue you in a bit once they actually start doing stuff, and I'll probably let you give us some updates, and then once Poppin' is done, we'll swap over.
Yep, I've got an eye on it.
All right.
I just wanted to point out something that I like a lot with so everyone has their title for their KNC competitors. Oh, Candy Crime Toe Shoes, interesting. This is a new 49.
Oh,
That's
a
a new
49?
49. Yeah.
Is
Well,
this
I mean,
M's
not
pick?
new, but whoa, Solid State Squad remix. Okay, I don't know this chart at all.
I know the song.
And then Chaos Cube, yeah. Okay, so Dinosaur did not go for heavy metal this year. So Tatsu is weak at Solid State Squad remix. I saw this.
Oh, okay.
And
It'll be a
Candy Crime
tactical
Toe Shoes,
decision here.
I think he's mid on. I think. Okay, interesting set this year. I was not Solid State Squad remix. That's a really new one. So I'm
Crossover from
interested in this.
2DX Heroic Verse.
Yeah, well, it was on one of the albums, the Ultimate Mobile albums. So,
Oh
and
gosh,
Poppin',
yeah.
Poppin' notably does not have the original Solid State Squad. So
I don't know how well it would work in Poppin'.
So I'm honestly not familiar with the Solid State Squad remix chart at all. It is very new.
So in 2DX, it's fairly straightforward 16th chord stream. There isn't a whole lot to it. There's a little bit of scratching, but it's nothing technical. And I would guess that it's going to be similar in Poppin', where it's like mostly 16th chord stream, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then Candy Crime Toe Shoes is a Alice Shaw 49 with some soft land. It's
How big is the
soft
soft land? Is there any like trickiness to it, or is it fairly straightforward, like something like a quick slowdown, like what is it? Come to Life doesn't do it in 2DX or Poppin'. It does it in DDR, but it's got like
Come to Life's
little
soft land is
single
pretty
measure
straightforward in
slowdowns.
Poppin'.
I'd like to interject here. We have guitar players are at the caps now.
Oh, they are.
Uh-huh. We have Karibo commentating. I don't know who the lady is, but he's here.
Is it one of the Buta Otome people or something?
Oh my gosh, they let Kuribo on the mic.
Karibo and his Twitter account is wild.
Okay, hold on. Oh, they're starting the Poppin' thing right now too.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
they're getting ready in Gitadora though, so we'll watch Poppin' for now.
All right, so here
See
comes
if we can
Candy
swap
Crime.
back.
Candy Crime Toe Shoes. Very interesting. So yeah, you can see it's a pretty heavy soft land.
We have
Just based on
M
the
on the
sudden.
right, Dinosaur in the middle, and Tatsu on the left, by the way.
So this is like, once again, I haven't played any of the Unilab songs, so both Candy Crime Toe Shoes and Solid State Squad Remix I'm pretty unfamiliar with. But I know this is a mid 49 and Solid State Squad is a high 48.
Battle starting on Guitar Freaks. It's Model DD 13
Gotcha.
between Morikun and Lime. I don't know.
Yeah, so it has this slowdown on those scales like that. Yeah, it's pretty tricky. But I think that's the worst of it, if I recall correctly. And that's the sort of thing that Tatsu is very equipped to handle, I think. But it's pretty close so far.
This is quite a different chart from what I would have expected.
Based off of the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very like off kilter sort of song.
取りづらい階段が降ってきたりっていう譜面ですね。さあこの後また遅くなります。
Once again, I wish I could provide
ものすごい
better
速い
perspective on it, but I have not played Unilab, so
はい、そうですね、ここでシャッターをつけて遅いところに対応します。で、今 BPM が101。で、この後倍取りの
and I honestly was not expecting this song to be picked.
一気に倍になるんですね。
はい。
Well, that is a lot of sudden
シャッターを
plus.
外します。
Yeah, it's normally
最後まで行くんですが、逆にここは皆さん
Oh, it's got those one-handed rolls.
早めになるんですね。はい。
yeah, but
これが
Tatsu's hanging on
Yeah,
pretty
Tatsu
tight.
is hanging on. They're very close though.
It is very close. You don't. Ooh, nice FC.
フルコンボ出ましたよ。
That's
Okay.
a good thousand.
About
A
a
good thousand
thousand,
lead.
yeah.
ですね、97,000点。
すごいですね。
Which I feel like this is the sort of I would not pick a song like this against Tatsu personally.
選手もまあ2位のスコアになるのかな。
Just like
そうですね。
Tatsu is the stupid gimmicks guy. you don't try to out gimmick him. I think.
BPM101 から一気に200になるところがすごいですね。
そうなんです
Okay,
よ。
Whiskers.
Especially-
How has the match between Morikun and Negitoro been going?
96,000点出るだけでも
I just
Negitoro here
switched
just
over to it.
absolutely destroyed Morikun here. Morikun,
Uh-oh.
I guess he's not warm, but yeah, maybe this is a warm-up set, but I don't
This
know.
is it's DD13. Do
Yes,
you know whose
DD13.
pick this is?
目で見て譜面を追わないといけない。
Both I saw two DD13s, so maybe they both picked it. I'm not sure.
They said they couldn't do that in Poppin' a couple years ago when they both tried to pick heavy metal, but interesting. I wonder if it is a warm-up then. That would be weird. I don't normally see warm-ups at KAC, but I don't know how they've been doing Drummania.
全然巻き
I
返す。
actually okay. So I don't actually know whose pick that was because I feel like it's safe to say that Tatsu's pick was not this. It was probably Chaos Q. So I'm wondering if the picks weren't in order.
Yeah, they might not have been in order.
I think if I had to guess, I think this was probably Emu's pick, and Solid State is probably Dinosaur's pick.
Oh, okay. Back to Poppin' here.
So Solid State, I really don't know this chart. Unfortunately, both of these were ones I had a list. I sent Kat a list of like, okay, here are the Unilab charts I think will get picked. Neither of these were on that list.
こちらの楽曲、2DX
I honestly just forgot
Maybe
about
that's
any-
why. Maybe they're trying to metagame Tatsu.
Maybe.
Trying to go outside the meta to metagame.
Yeah, because this is Solid State Squad Remix is like 2 months old in Poppin' or so. It's very new.
Yeah, this is very chord stringy. Wow, Dinosaur with almost all cools on that
Yeah,
chord
he's-
scale.
I'm pretty sure this is his pick.
Just interjecting again, the second song for guitar is not Model D13, it is Daydream.
Okay, well I guess that gives us an idea of who picked what.
I think this is
definitely
Morrigan's
Morrigan's
pick.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
he-
enough about Guitar Freaks to be able to understand what this means, at least.
I mean, Morrigan has been absolutely grinding. He was grinding the hell out of his chart last year, and he's been the only one to get excellent on it. Very hard to accuracy very well on this chart. And this is Morrigan's strength as his background in 3-button classic.
See, I'm kind of not seeing a reason that Dinosaur would have picked this chart yet. Like, I'm sure he's better at it than Tatsu. I don't think he's that much better at it than Tatsu.
Yeah, we'll see if the ending does some more though, because this is only about half of the notes that are in the 2DX chart so far.
Yeah, because usually if you get a 48 pick in KC nowadays, it's usually something weird. So, like a Setsujo Danka, a Ultra Butterfly, something like that. This kind of feels like something you would have been better off picking a 49 for, just like a good fundamentals 49. But maybe he's just banking on Tatsu not being as familiar with it,
I don't know.
like me. Yeah.
Oh,
Tatsu
still
got a
perfect
PB.
though.
Perfect full combo. And yeah, I mean, they did both beat Tatsu on it, but like I said, it just wasn't by that much.
Yeah, it's
And
not by a huge amount. Tatsu did
You
get a
just won.
PB, so that's kind of a tell that
whoa,
Tatsu stepped it up.
PB. A big PB. Did you
Oh,
see
yeah?
that? Like plus 2,000, like 600.
Oh my god!
I think he just saw that Tatsu like didn't play this song. I think Tatsu just didn't play this song.
Tatsu
and Dinosaur
probably
was
got
like,
the one and done on it.
and Dinosaur was just like, I'm gonna go for a song that I'm gonna look at his records, go for a song that I see that he has not been playing.
Alright,
And
one
I just
moment.
think-
I'm gonna switch
Yeah, go
back
for it.
over to guitar
So-
here.
Getting a Daydream, right? Morikun actually stumbled a bit, and Negitoro only missed
no.
once, and he comboed through most of the song. And then the ending happened. Morikun comboed the entire ending and stole the victory.
Oh, I'm behind.
crazy.
Oh, shoot.
This is crazy.
Did Morikun win the whole match or just that song? Because
I'm not sure. He won just Daydream, but he lost DD13.
Yeah, so the way that battle works in Guitar Freaks is you use like the overall money score between the two songs. So a big lead on one song can be like a complete win if you end up. Yeah, it looks like Negitoro wins over Morikun in the first round. That is a big upset for a lot of people, I think.
I felt that Morikun, well, he hadn't been at the KC for a while. At least he hadn't gotten far enough for me
Yeah,
to see
since
And it
first or
looked like
second
he's-
KC.
it. Yeah, to me it looked like he was stumbling a ton at the beginning of DD13. He was coming out with like 25 misses and 14 greats.
Yeah.
Negitoro, on the other hand, was like single digits, everything.
Morikun also does not have a cabinet near him at all.
Oh yeah.
So-
I figured like he doesn't post like cab scores a lot. It's just
Yeah.
Kanaste.
Yeah, he mentioned beforehand that his local arcade like went away between like the last KAC he was in and this one. So he hasn't been able to do anything except practice on Konaste, and he wanted to try his best.
Yeah, I think it's just a great attempt from him overall though.
Yeah.
Especially for like a pure Kanaste player at this point.
God, I want to watch this match, but we gotta watch Poppin'.
Well, I can tell
Because
you
my
already
boy-
what's probably gonna happen with Chaos Q here. So Dinosaur and Emu actually tied point for point, 800 points behind Tatsu right now, and you can just see by the way Tatsu and Dinosaur are playing versus playing. Dinosaur had to learn to do this to keep up with Tatsu.
Yeah,
If you're gonna play with Sudden on Chaos Q against Tatsu,
you've already
you're
lost.
probably not gonna win. Yeah. but I don't want to. I cannot emphasize enough how hard it is to play this song without Sudden. You have to memorize the song.
Yeah, we still got the big part coming up here that they need to do.
Yep.
Here we go.
And I mean, once again, you know Dinosaur
Right
has
here.
been grinding the hell out of this song, and he's actually winning by a little bit right now.
Not anymore though.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. But I mean, you know Dinosaur's been grinding the hell out of the song. But this is Poppin' KAC. Chaos Q is Poppin' KAC at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, you gotta step up to the plate on this one.
Yeah.
You know it's
Like,
coming.
probably for the foreseeable future. I don't know if anything will usurp Chaos Q as being just a
Dinosaur-
permanent fixture in it.
Dinosaur
He's
might be
doing-
able to do this if he keeps up here and then gets the slow part. He's traditionally been bad at the
it's
slow
gonna
part,
be,
but
yeah, it's gonna be this part coming up though. After
here we go.
After this, yeah. He's already lagging. I don't know. No, this part's gonna kill him. I'm sorry. It is. Yeah, see? Yeah, no. He did a good job. This was a good run, but just what do you do against Tatsu on Chaos Q? That's just the thing.
It's still
What-
very close. I think this might be the closest Dinosaur's ever come to beating Tatsu at Chaos Q. I don't
This was
think
a
they.
great
I don't
run
think.
for Dinosaur at Chaos Q, but
I don't think Dinosaur's ever been within 2,000.
yeah, no, this was a really good run for him on Chaos Q. You can definitely tell he's been stepping up, but it's just against Tatsu, there's only so much you can do. It sucks, frankly. It kind of sucks that he just has this permanent thing in his arsenal that is going to kill you. And that's just the nature of the game. You do in competitive games in general, you keep doing what the other players what gets you the win until they learn to adapt.
Well, you have to deconstruct the chart if you want to win. You can't just
Yeah.
do what everybody else does. You have to
I know.
actually figure it
I'm just
out.
saying, like in Dinosaur's head, you've got to imagine it's fuck Chaos Q, fuck it forever. I don't want to look at this chart. I don't want to think about this chart. It's been a thorn in my side for 5 years now. But you just have to face up to it and learn it. And he's been doing that. And like you said, this is the best that he's done on it. But it's
Next
just
round.
yeah.
Sorry.
Go for it.
Next round guitar. Song 1, Cinnamon.
Oh, they're just starting Pico and Mr. Q. Oh yeah, they're just
This
starting.
is Mr. Q's pick.
Okay.
This is a really hard song. This used to be a 985. I don't know what they're thinking. It's just very
used
hard
to be
fretting,
a-
very hard speed.
It used to be a 952 and then it got uprated to a 992 or something. But yeah,
Here
we gotta
comes
watch the
New
Poppin' song
is it-
reveal real
No,
quick.
they're not gonna do upper. They're gonna do upper. Yeah, they're
Please
doing the
don't.
upper
No,
thing again. They're
why?
doing it again.
What is the
They're doing
point?
it again. I don't know why they're doing. I don't know why they do this. It's gonna be the upper.
It's just like demeaning.
It's not good. I really wish they wouldn't do it. Yeah.
I mean, it makes more sense now that it's the free division, but like,
It's just they shouldn't do it.
yeah.
They really shouldn't. Okay. This is gonna be brutal though. I'm sure this is going to be brutal.
Oh, no, I can't do that, sorry. I tried to full screen it and I was like, nope, that's not how the window that I have works.
I really wish they wouldn't do this. I get that it's sort of a cheap way to get two different songs, technically, for male and female division. But I don't know. I would rather they did like a hard crossover for one of them or something if they don't want to do two new songs.
Yeah.
You know? Or like an upper for an existing song. Like do like Uber Treff and upper or something. I don't know.
そうですね。はい。いやワクワクしますね。そうですよね。クリアできるのが普通みたいに見てしまってますけど。
いや、そうなんですよ。そう実験体なんですよ。我々プレイヤーは。人体実験の場面
試してるんですね。
どんなもんかな。
Yeah, is this gonna be a Poet 50, I guess? I never would have thought.
大丈夫やろみたいな。そういう感覚で譜面を追加されると思います。はい。まあ実際
Yeah, when I saw Nanuplet versus Power of Nature, those are two boss aliases. So
I would assume the beginning is going to be much harder based on what it sounded like before. The rest of the chart, I don't think
don't
they're going to
know.
do too much to.
I wonder if they're gonna add gimmicks.
I think they might
They're gonna
change
add,
the way
Southland
it's charted.
gimmicks. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No,
Song
it's still constant.
Song 1 just finished. Mr. Q won with a very large margin.
Oh my gosh, uh-oh.
About like 400,000? No, 40k? I don't know. I couldn't see the zeros.
It's probably 400k if I were to guess, but that
Yeah,
Pico is
he
really
went
good
God
at
mode.
wailing, so could bring it back,
Yeah.
but kind of hard.
Yeah, Mr. Q just went God mode for like up for like 3 phrases straight
Yeah, so
throughout the whole intro.
The beginning of Ma Plume was harder by a
Not that
little
much
bit.
though. Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't by that much. Was this a 50? I assume it's got to be a 50, but so far it doesn't look that much worse. Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
Is
It
this a
seems-
different song?
No,
Like a different,
like a different version, like
yeah, like another
silent?
and stuff.
I don't think so. But I couldn't really hear that well. This is quite technical. I'm surprised.
Oh, this
I thought-
section looks much more tricky.
Yeah, but I'm surprised. Tatsu has the lead by a good margin so far. Interestingly, for
Yeah?
a pretty tech chart, I'm surprised.
Well, it's pretty straightforward tech. I wouldn't say it's like out there. Dinosaur is not having a good time here though.
Alright, so it didn't really build up that much at the end, so I'm wondering where we're gonna, at least for the non-uppers, I'm wondering where we're gonna see.
I don't know. There were a lot of chord streams at the end. Even if they weren't too much more difficult, there were still a lot more of them, and then in the beginning.
Oh, Huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think
ちょっと複雑な歯抜けの縦連打はなかなかきついですね。
Song 2 started Guitar Freaks. It's Unilab.
I think that's it.
Interesting.
That's a hefty
That's
lead
a
for
big
Tatsu on
lead
that.
for Tatsu.
That's a big win for him. I mean, we would like to see it closer, but that's like a 4,000 point win.
Still great
in
play by
total.
all the players.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But that is an unusually good showing on a sight read for Tatsu.
Yeah. I think we'll wait for the announcement on Poppin' and then we'll switch over to Guitar Freaks for the rest of the stream. But we
Yeah,
want
but
to
that's-
see who made it out of Poppin' here.
I think we know.
Yeah.
This is the 11th win. 11th win. 11th KAC. One winner for all of them.
I wonder if Dinosaur just got mixed in the beginning because it seemed like he was doing fine in the latter half of the song.
Just looking at that chart, that really seemed like something he should have been doing better on. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Tatsu also just sort of overperformed on that. I was not expecting that kind of score from him on a sight read for that sort of chart.
That's fair.
But I mean, I have to wonder if maybe like, I don't know, do you think getting more into 2DX has helped his sight read skills somehow or something? I don't know. 'Cause I feel like he's been
maybe,
doing
because
a lot
he
of
doesn't-
new stuff.
I feel like he doesn't know the whole game for 2DX.
Yeah, so I feel like he's been experiencing a lot of new stuff. So I have to wonder if maybe that contributes to it somehow. I don't know. I feel like his breadth has expanded a lot since last time.
そうですね、長い歴史があるじゃないですか。僕は1999年とか2000年頃の昔のポップミュージック
Man, I do wish that the men's division was closer. I'm glad that the women's division went. That was probably one of the better like KAC sets in general.
Oh yeah, for
For
sure.
Poppin', the women's set here. But just we've had some close years with Dinosaur and Tatsu, and it's unfortunate that I'm just surprised with the new song how well he did on that, and I don't think Solid State Squad was the right pick.
Yeah. I
feel
mean,
like he was
it's a hard call though because you can't really look at play counts of other players unless you're right there with them.
Yeah, I just feel like he was banking on that. He was banking on something that Tatsu wasn't familiar with.
Yeah.
And I think he's just too good a player to get tripped up by that.
Song 2 of Pico versus Mr. Q just finished. That was a narrow win by Pico, so it's not enough to overcome the huge lead
Damn.
Mr. Q had in Cinnamon.
So it's probably gonna be Negi Toro versus Mr. Q then in the finals.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Mr. Q's been looking really solid so far.
運命の最終結果です。それでは発表いたしましょう。コナミアーケードチャンピオンシップ2023ポップンミュージックユニラボフリー部門決勝ラウンド栄えある優勝は
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Big margin too, almost 4,000.
Yeah.
Quite the win for Tatsu. Dinosaur's still in second. Alright, I am going to switch over. I'm sorry, we're not going to listen to the...
No, the victory speech. No, this has been great. Thank you for having me. I'm glad we got to do this again.
Of course.
And, like I said, the women's division was really good this year. I hope lots of people go and check it out. And, I feel like we've definitely seen some growth from both Dinosaur and Tatsu compared to previous years also.
Yeah. Did you want to do a quick outro? Tell people about what you do or anything like that?
I do lots of stuff, but not under my name, so don't go for it.
Wow.
You'll see me around. You'll hear from me. You just won't know it.
Alright. Thank you for being here with me.
Yes, thank you for having me. Until next year.
Yeah. For
Peace,
sure.
peace.
Peace. Poppin' music. Alright.
Yeah, I'm still very surprised that I'm not so surprised. I think Karibo did announce on his Twitter that he was gonna commentate for KAC, but it's still great to see him do this because he is He has been a previous winner.
Yeah, he has. The I think Negi Toro was also a previous winner, won over Udonya-san like 4
Yeah,
KCs ago or something.
Yeah, Negitoro. Well, he wore his KC shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Morikun just, it felt like Morikun just wasn't used to cabs, and that's just a shame because he is just a good player, a great
Yeah.
player.
Incredible player.
Yeah, it was so funny to see him combo the entire ending of Daydream.
Trying to get the window reoriented there. That looks good.
いやでもね、こう KAC の場でその筐体そのものシリーズそのものの
Okay,
良さに
I
つい
think
て
that's good.
こう語るっていうのは結構珍しい
All right.
結構そうですね。そうですね。他の
So, did we advance to the final match? Is that what's happening, or are they doing like round robin, or how does it work?
I think it is one final match now. It was just well, it was 4 players to the
2
finals
matches
and
to
then
1 match.
yeah, to 1 match.
Gotcha.
ありがとうございます。やっぱやって楽しいんで、はい、もうぜひとも皆さんよければお願
So
いします。
I know that we know that Negitoro has been a past winner. Mr. Q is not necessarily new to KAC Guitar Freaks, but
I know he's been there. He's been around. He's been like qualifying a lot.
yeah, been a ranker for a long time. But I don't know how often Mr. Q has been in KAC.
I don't think he's
Also-
ever won one.
Kuribo is wearing the Gitadora hoodie that I have from like KAC 8th, 9th?
That's great.
I love that hoodie.
I mentioned before, he has a wild Twitter. He got like banned off of his main account got
that's-
banned, and then he came back on a different account. I don't know what happened, but it's wild that happened.
Kuribo is known for being a little crazy on Shogokei's streams, so I'm kind of surprised they put him on the mic, but also he's probably one of the best people they can pick to do this, so...
Yeah, he's always been like, well, his YouTube channel, well, when it was active, I think it might be still be active, but he would always have like, he would always do commentary on his own videos before and after the play of whatever song he was playing.
Yeah.
And speaking of his gameplay, I love his wailing style.
His what? I didn't catch
His wail
oh, yeah,
style.
the wailing style. So we need to talk about wailing as well when this happens. So the way that score works in Guitar Freaks and Gitadora, you have, is it 1 million or 10 million? I forget. I think it's 1 million points.
It's a million points normally.
Plus, yeah, you have 1 million points plus a free either 15,000 or 30,000, depending on if you get a full combo or excellent. And then wailing is particularly hard to talk about. It's very complicated, but basically you can wail late and get extra points for the combo you have, up to 500 combo, or you can wail early and get notes like you would with what do you call it, star power in Guitar Hero, and they're worth more. Not quite as much as Guitar Hero, but same idea.
Yeah, and so generally when you're going for these kind of high money score kind of runs, you're trying to wail late, unless you know there's a lot of wails coming, otherwise you're just going to try to hit them all on time.
Yeah, I think the tactic most rankers use for songs they don't know is they will wail right after the wail before the next note, like just before the next note comes up, so they can get, because there's more points that you get from the the per note wailing bonus than you do from the combo wailing bonus. So they'll wail before that, and if they see a whole bunch of wails come up, they'll like hit them all and then drop the last one and try and wail late on the last one, because usually you can do that to get a little bit more points. It's very complicated. Generally, when you go to KAC or something, you want to know the wailing route, where you get the max money score possible for the song, and it's crazy. It's something like basically only rankers do as well. Very few people in the US that I know of actually try and figure out whaling routes.
Yeah, it's just another like level of gameplay that you can't really get to unless you're well there.
Yeah, you're already like crazy good at the game.
Like to compare really, it's like when you're a beginner player and you start out just down picking everything, just alt picking that kind of stuff is just another level completely. It's that kind of step up even at that level.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Looks like they're ready. They're gonna pick their songs, and then we'll probably have that 2-song set. And I don't know, I doubt they're gonna have an extra song afterwards. I don't know if
Oh
Drum Mania had a reveal.
Eclipse 2?
Eclipse 2.
Oh my god.
Which one though? Because the guitar is kind of approachable, but the bass is just like an absolute
the bass
nightmare.
It's garbage. Tapping garbage.
The tapping is the easy part.
And the rest, it's just like those BS slides everywhere.
Yeah, there's like back and forth, like single note alternation that makes it really tricky all over.
Oh
And
yeah.
then they start throwing chords in with the single notes, and it's just,
Oh,
it's a mess.
awful. It's crazy. I hope we see another 9.99. Last KC we saw, I think it was Gil. Did he pick Scythe?
It wasn't Gil, it was, I don't remember who Gil
Lime,
was playing
probably. It was
against,
Lime.
but yeah.
It was very funny seeing Lime and whatever the other one was. Not Lime. Seeing Scythe.
Yeah. I mean, the 999s, because this is such a difficult game to play for consistency, and you'll see like almost nobody gets excellence in KAC.
Oh, yeah,
and Guitar
never.
Freaks. It just doesn't happen. It's really rare. You generally don't see a lot of the very, very high up charts. Yeah, I think this is the guitar chart.
Yeah, you see excellent. You see excellent come from like top rankers, score posting them all the time, but it's so hard to do them under pressure, especially when you're doing these 9.9s, which are like over 700 notes, 800 probably on average.
Yeah, and in terms of consistency with this game, you've got 2 inputs that come at separate times. You have to do the fret and then the strum, and you also have to do wailing, which is a completely different input from everything else you're doing. It's very, very
It's so
difficult
insane.
to keep it together. So the guitar chart is much more straightforward than the bass chart when it comes to how the patterning is, but the rhythms are much trickier in the guitar chart for this song. Also, this is a combo-based game, so you would expect to see, generally, the person who gets a longer combo will win the match. So you want to keep an eye on the right side of each of those screens to see who has the combo.
Yeah, I've seen this song be joked as the Model DD 14.
Yeah.
it does have that kind of aura to it.
Some very tricky patterns here. Swapping between single note alternation, double 16ths chords, single notes, like
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything in the 16th stream, it's thrown at you.
There's also a lot of streams that start on the upbeat here, so either the players are double down picking or starting with up pick usually. It looks like Mr. Q has a small. Oh no, no longer.
Ooh. This is a tight one.
Yeah, it's very close. Okay, but Negitoro's starting to pull away with it.
Oh yeah, he's starting to find the groove. And through the last phrase here, Negatore's probably gonna get it.
Yeah, Negitoro comes out ahead by about 180,000.
Yeah, it's a small lead, but definitely it's beatable
Good
for sure.
start. Yeah, it's a good start for Negitoro, but definitely not insurmountable, especially depending on the song that gets picked for the other
Oh yeah,
song, because a lot of songs will have a lot more wailing in them, which will give you a lot more
Yeah.
points.
yeah. Eclipse 2 oddly just doesn't have a lot of wailing.
Yeah.
I don't
There's a
know
little
about
bit
all the
near the
other
end,
DD
but
songs.
Hmm?
I don't know about the other DD songs, but if they have a lot of wailing or not.
Well, we'll
It
see
didn't
if we're
seem to
gonna
me like
see a DD
Daydream.
song or not.
Yeah, it seemed to me Daydream didn't have a lot either. Maybe that's just a trait with all the Izumi boss songs.
No, I think some of them do have quite a few wails, but it really depends on which one.
Yeah. Eclipse 2 is it's an interesting pick. It's just so overall hard.
It is.
なんか重りついてきたなみたいなでだんだん G がかかってくるようなイメージになって最終的に思ったように指が降りてこないパターンです
So Kuribo is talking about there's a lot of patterns in that chart where it's difficult to pull your finger off of the fret. Especially in modern Gitadora, where the neck of the guitar is like normal size compared to classic Guitar Freaks. It's
Yeah.
much harder to pull your fingers off of a fret than put them on it.
Yeah,
In old
it's
classic Guitar Freaks, it's like really easy to let go of the fret. So
yeah, you dedicate so much of your hand strength to just holding the neck of the guitar in the right place that it's hard to get off in time.
yeah, especially under pressure like this.
And Fate of the Furious is also an interesting
Oh
pick.
God.
It's fast.
I wonder if this is Mr. Q's pick. I feel like Mr. Q was the one person who like full comboed this very early on without the use of double up
Random?
pick.
Oh,
Like when it came out, was the only person to full combo it.
gosh.
Could be wrong about that though.
Oh, that phrase bar is threatening.
Yeah, so you'll see there is a solo section. It's the second to last phrase there in the song between the two pink sections. If you look on the left player's screen, Mr. Q's screen, that's the section we're going to be paying attention to. There are very, very fast notes there. And the way to do them is either you have to get like very good at hyperpicking, or you have to be able to do double up pick tech. Which is where you down pick with your thumb and then you up pick with the side of your index and the side of your ring finger.
Oh, I do want to add, Mr. Q makes all that look really easy. Before all those fret changes, you need to count what notes are in them, how many notes are in them, and like whether or not they're an up or down pick. Very difficult, and he just maxed that entire section.
Yeah,
but he just missed in that last phrase.
So that part of the song isn't too bad once you get to around rainbow level. Like generally this is like auto combo except for the fast parts, and the fast parts just eat up so much of your score.
Oh yeah, those fast twos. That's crazy.
Here we go.
Hyper pick time, maybe?
Okay, Mr. Q used double up pick there. They're very close though. They're so close.
What BPM is this? I just know it's fast.
I don't remember. It's not as fast as Emi, I think, but it's close. So Negitoro is not going to be able to do it here unless there's some kind of major difference between the two. No, I don't think that's enough.
Yep.
I think Mr. Q takes it here.
Yep. Very interesting picks for this last round. It wasn't as crazy as last KC where Scythe was picked. That was crazy.
I mean, I would say Fate of the Furious is one of the like
Fate of the Furious
most notorious
wild.
charts in Guitar Freaks, but
that hyper pick section is really nasty. But
yeah, has not been excellented.
I those twos, like one you have to get those two, the fast burst there in the middle of the song.
Yep. The bursts
then
in the middle are the hard part to get for the excellent because you can't do double up pick tech for it.
yeah, you just have to do them. As is often said, just hit the notes, you know?
You just gotta hit the notes. Uh-oh.
What's going on
What
here?
are they pulling out of the...
Oh boy.
Are they playing another song?
Oh, this might be
発表してください。
これでは、会場の皆様、並びに、優秀ご覧の皆様、はい、視聴者の皆様とあと選手の皆様、それではモニターにご注目ください。
Let's look at the monitor. Oh, they do have a song reveal?
oh,
Oh, okay, this is the
oh.
final.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
would think
no.
players at this level have all excellent at this. Pretty much everybody who was vying for like a spot to KAC, excellent at this on either Konaste or Arcade. So this is kind of a toss-up. What is this?
Ooh.
Oh, new song by Meteorologist?
Oh. Oh, maybe they're saying that guy made this. So Meteorologist is coming up with a sequel to his earlier song, I guess.
Oh.
Look, sounds like the same kind of stuff. Fast jazz.
I can't read that kanji combo. Gag something. Or Tsuki something.
Oh, it's sight read time, huh?
Yeah. I'm surprised. I wonder...
Yeah. They didn't do a song reveal last KAC.
Yeah, I wonder if they did one from Drum Mania and it was a different song, or if this is the...
They did do a
Same
different
song.
one for Drum Mania. It was
really?
Crescent Moon. Yeah, very DK song, 9.85 master.
So my bet would be that they're gonna default to guitar on this. I don't think Konami would introduce a new song with the bass chart.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, guitar is the one that gets the
Considering-
spotlight, of course.
Yeah, considering back in Top Ranker 06, they didn't even let you pick opener bass charts in the tournament. Oh, that's something interesting about this tournament too, that we should mention. You, as far as I know, you haven't seen this used yet, right? Random or SRN in the tournament? Yeah, so I'm
No.
pretty sure it is
Not allowed.
banned. You're not allowed to use any chart mods for Gita Guitar Freaks KC, and I think it might be the only... No, I'm pretty sure Sound Voltex doesn't allow it either. I don't think Sound Voltex does, but like it's the only game that allows you to do it for score, but they don't allow it in KAC. So
Yeah. If this is gonna be like the drum finals, they're gonna let you do 2 tries on this. One sight read, and then they'll let you choose. They'll sum up your scores. Oh
it's
shoot!
a 998.
That's a bold statement.
So we're in DD Ultimates territory here.
Oh yeah, this is Skyscraper. What other 98s are there?
DD11 used to be a 98, but I think it's a 97
Oof.
now.
I mean,
We'll see.
around the
We'll see.
9.9s, like the hundredths place doesn't really matter anymore since they're all freakishly hard.
I mean, I would expect players of this caliber to be able to get through this pretty easily, whereas a 999, it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, 999 just means you're here to have a bad time.
Mr. Q doing pretty well here.
Oh. Whoa.
I really like these rhythms.
Some interesting jazz stuff. Whoa.
Oh! Whoa! The hold! He's smiling.
Whoa.
Mr. Q's smiling about that.
That's a... Whoa. Was that pink, blue, red?
I didn't see the second
I saw
one.
a pink, blue, red kind of stare thing. I mean, those kinds of patterns where there's a hole with the gap in the middle of 3 notes.
Whoa!
That's not a common pattern.
Okay, okay. We got a lot
Oh,
more.
there's more of them. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Mr. Q is way ahead right now, but if they're playing it again, we could see a swing in the other direction as well. Especially
Whoa.
as these players get used to those chords.
Yeah. So as I was saying, these chords are you never really see them anywhere except for 9s. And even then, they're extremely, extremely rare. And if you play these charts with random on, they actually get... Random has a rule where it can't... Sorry?
They get cut out. They don't show up like that, right?
Yeah, random
Oh my gosh.
forces you to not do that. And that is a nasty hyper pick. Well, 4-note chord at the end.
That looks like a really fun chart. There's a lot of back and forth between 16th notes and 24th, just like in the other Meteorologist song.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know who Meteorologist is, but I'm guessing it's Red Glasses with somebody else. Sounds like their style.
It does sound like Red Glasses. Anyway, that
They're
hyper
saying-
pick stream at the end is...
They're saying it's way too esoteric of a chart.
I don't think you
most
can really
players.
random... Can you random this?
You can
this
random it, but I
randomable?
think the chords will be the same. I don't think the chords change. I don't think they're gonna be allowed to random it though.
No, I mean, like, if you're gonna play this normally, would playing it random be easier like it is for Scythe?
No, I don't think so. I think most of the chart looked more straightforward than the other Meteorologist's song, in terms of like non-ran, because there were less movement across all the frets. But, and also the rhythms were a little bit easier than the other one. But I think, I don't know, I think it really depends on like how bad the chords mess you up, you know?
Yeah.
Because if
I remember recently they released a new 9 that's literally just all those obtuse chords that you don't find anywhere. Maybe, I think maybe that song is sort of... Konami's making that song to make you practice for this one.
they're... I hate to say it, but I feel like Morikun would have had a really bad time here because Morikun plays 3-finger.
Yes, he
Everybody else
plays
plays
3-finger
4-finger here. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
3-finger
Morikun knows how to play 4-finger, but generally doesn't do it.
Yeah, he's just been too deep into the... Not too deep, but it's really... The 3 button is just really in him.
Yeah. God, what a wild chart. This is really
Yeah,
cool to
this
see.
is insane. It's everything that could be hard about speed is in here. Plus you have those wacky chords. That intro is disgusting.
So, Mr. Q already has a very large lead if we're counting the last match as well.
Yeah, so Negatoro has to start comboing a lot, but I don't see that happening with this chart.
Yeah.
There's so many speed changes, it's crazy.
I don't think there's speed changes. I think there's a lot of rhythmic
the-
variation.
Yeah, the rhythmic variation, like you change the speed of your alt strumming. Oh, and Mr. Q nails the pink, blue, red.
I think Negitoro's having quite a bit of issue with the sight reading here. Maybe not as adept at learning charts quickly as Mr. Q would be. The chords.
Oh, Mr. Q just eats those chords. I mean, do you think this is really a 998?
If
I
you
think
were to ask me right now, I would say no, but also I haven't played it, and generally when you play a song, it feels harder than when you look at it.
Oh, definitely.
You notice a lot more things that you didn't see before. Oh, these dragons.
Oh my god. Those back and forths are at that speed.
Okay, those notes at the end there are different. I think those are like in between 16ths and 24ths, probably like 20ths.
Yeah.
So like what would you call that? Fifth notes?
Oh wow.
Fifth
Mr. Q
lifts,
is
something
gonna
like that.
take this one.
Yeah, I think Mr. Q has it solidly here.
Oh yeah. He had it both times. Maybe Negitoro just couldn't learn it as fast enough, but Negitoro did hit more of those funky chords than Mr. Q did.
Negitoro had less of an issue with the chords, especially on the second run. I only saw
Ooh,
like
yeah.
1 or 2 dropped from Negitoro.
I saw Mr. Q drop like a whole section of them. He did nail the other one.
God, what a cool chart!
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing people grind this one out. I really wish we got to see Gil just sight read this, because he is a sight read god.
I think Gil has been worn out on Guitar Freaks.
He took like a giant break during the qualifiers. I'm guessing that's why he didn't make it this year.
Well, he hasn't really been playing for the past like 8 or 9 months, so.
Oh yeah. Which is.
There you go. There's your champion, Mr. Q. Wins.
It was good to see him finally get his trophy.
Yeah. Let's see what he says for his speech. Oh, they're very close to the announcers, actually. I didn't realize they're that close.
Yeah, I saw someone in the chat say that the Gita section
like,
here was
they have
very
a
tiny.
Booth.
Oh, it was great when Gil won it last year. He tried to strum the heck out of the trophy, and that was just a great moment.
I'm gonna turn it up for a moment here.
もう正直まだ全然勝った実感とかなくて、いやもうちょっとよくわかんないです。
っていうのはもうそうですね。先ほどの
Didn't think he was gonna win, so he doesn't know what to say.
なかったというようなお話でしたよね。
もうふわふわしてます。
今もトロフィーを手にしてもまだ
Feels like he's on cloud 9.
Oh yeah, I think this has to be his first one.
もう一回みんな拍手いきましょう。
よろしくお願いします。
優勝だ。
コメントもどんどんQさんおめでとうと。
おめでとういっぱいパチパチ来てますよ。じゃあこの大会に向けてどういったところを意識して練習されてこられたんですか？
いやこういう特別な舞台だからってなんか変な自分にできないこととかしようと思わずに。普段通りのプレイは心がけたつもりです。
So instead of focusing on things he couldn't normally do, he tried to just play his best at the things he's good
そうな
at.
ったんじゃないかと思います。
Yeah, it's definitely a good strategy.
どうだったんですか？月笠新曲は。
新曲はもうちょっとまず難易度
It seemed like his picks throughout the whole match were really good.
見たことないようなのはめっちゃ降ってきたんで。攻略しがいがあるのかなと思います。
I didn't understand the last part there, but he was saying the chart, he's like, he doesn't know about the rating, but it's a chart you really don't see very often.
Yeah, definitely.
そんな中でもやっぱQ君って僕やっぱ一緒に戦ってやっぱ本当に強いなって、もう本当にすごいなって思ってた選手なんで、やっぱぜひ輝いてほしかったなって思ってたんですよ。それがこの場でもう勝って優勝して僕は本当に嬉しいです。Q君本当におめでとう。
ありがとうございます。
おめでとうございます。さあそれでは皆様大きな拍手でお見送りください。ミスターQ選手おめでとうございました。
おめでとうございます。
Oh, that's so cool. What a what a good reveal at the end.
What a KC. So well done from everyone here. Overall, the song picks were pretty nuts. Just boss songs left and right. Nothing. I can't believe the Fate and the Furious was the lowest rating chart here.
Yeah, that's wild. I actually didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Unilab is usually considered one of the easiest songs at its rating to excellent, but I feel like it's still quite difficult to clear. Just about as difficult as Fate of the Furious is. So.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna mute this. Whiskers, did you want to talk about anything you've been doing lately to do like a little outro?
I don't do much on social media, but I am active. I post scores. That's it.
Understandable. new music gamer syndrome. Go on social
True
media and post your
Zoomer moment.
scores. No,
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's Zoomer. I mean, everybody's done it. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, eventually you will become jaded like me and only post scores that you're like insanely proud of and nothing else because you don't think it's good enough. But until then, keep posting scores.
Oh yeah. That's it from me.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. I am going to go catch up on Mahjong Fight Girl KC because that's the thing I'm most interested in, and it happened during both of these. So everybody have a wonderful night. I may stream tomorrow because I didn't expect this to be on Friday. I thought it was going to be on Saturday. So we may get 2 Shoot Your Shot November streams. So more shoot 'em ups, but we'll see. All right, everybody. I hope you had a good time. Have a wonderful night and enjoy the rest of the Konami Arcade Championships. Peace.